So, I have my OnePlus 3T for more than a year and a half, but how's it been holding up? Let's talk about the most important factor first, speed. It's actually still pretty snappy. It sometimes hangs and in some occasions it even freezes entirely, but I would call that normal. I'm using one of the Oxygen OS betas and I'm not planning on changing for now. Oxygen OS is really light and I appreciate most of the things added, like the long screenshot, the redesigned quick settings editor, the dark theme, and being able to move apps between screens with 2 fingers. But there are also some things I don't like about it. I don't really like the shelf. I would prefer the Google feed. I try to use it and have stuff there, but most of the time I forget about it. I also don't like the gallery app, but I disabled it, so it's whatever. And I also hate that the phone is really inconsistent when turning on. Sometimes the screen lights up instantly after I press the button, and other times it takes around 5 seconds, maybe more. This doesn't happen with a fingerprint scanner, so I think this happens because of the face unlock, which I would otherwise love if it weren't for this. What I think is happening is the phone is trying to identify whether it's my face or not before the screen lights up, so it looks like the face unlock is instantaneous. But under some conditions, it needs more time to recognize me, and it takes more time to light up the screen. When it comes to updates, OnePlus has been doing really well on the beta branch, but not so much on the stable. Granted, the betas are really stable, and I'm on the beta branch, but the point still stands. OnePlus takes a lot of time to update the stable branch, even with just security updates. But maybe that will change with their new commitment to updates. Also to note is that they were really fast to update the betas to Oreo, but they had a lot of stability issues. And they haven't released 8.1 for the 3 and 3T yet, not even in the beta branch. Also worth noting is that the 8.1 update will probably be the last update apart from security patches for the 3 and 3T, even though the 3T was released when Nougat had already been out, so it won't really be getting 2 years of updates, which I could forgive if it got travel, which doesn't seem likely, but let's hope I'm wrong. The battery held up pretty well. I still get about 5 hours of screen on time with my average usage. I just mostly browse social media most of the day, stream some music and watch a lot of YouTube. I've grown to love the alert slider. It's really handy to change quickly between completely silent and ring. Dash charging is still incredible. When I forget to charge my phone overnight, dash charging comes in clutch before I leave for school. But at times, the phone decides to stop dash charging for a moment, starts charging normally, and then goes back to dash charging. I don't know if this happens to other people, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal, but I thought you should know. There was also this one time where my phone just completely shut off, and it didn't turn on until after I hooked it up into a regular charger. Once again, I don't know if this is related to dash charge, but this time I've seen reports of this happening to other people, so have this in mind if you're thinking of buying a OnePlus. For the past year and a half, I've mostly used the phone with a case and a screen protector. There are actually a ton of cases for this phone, which is pretty great, but finding good and preferably cheap screen protectors is a pain because of the 2.5D glass. I also used the skin for some time, and that's when I got a dent in the corner, which is the only major damage I have in my phone. I'm thinking of buying a whole new black back cover on eBay and changing it myself. Let me know if that would be something you'd be interested in seeing. I might even personalize the phone a bit to my liking. And that's it. I think I've been over everything I wanted. Overall, I still think the phone is a good purchase today, especially because OnePlus phones always have a great custom ROM support. Let me know how your OnePlus 3 or 3T is holding up if you also have one, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos.